Hello students, this is Neeta Biju. Welcome to another class of business studies. Today we are going to do the last topic of the third chapter, business environment, that is impact of government policy changes on business and industry. So here we have already studied the LPG reforms, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization, the reforms that took place in the year 1991 and the developments that have taken place after 1991. So now we are going to study what was its impact and what challenges business and industry have to face, and what were the consequences and impact of all these reforms of the government policies changes that took place and the challenges faced by the Indian corporate sector. So this is what we are going to study in this today's class. So after the economic policy of the government, there was significant impact on the working of business enterprises and industry. Due to the government policy changes, there were many challenges faced by the Indian corporate sector, and the challenges were as follows. So here we have the different challenges faced. Challenges can be positive or negative. Let's analyze and study about it one by one. The first one is increasing competition. The second one is more demanding customers. The third one is rapidly changing technological environment. The fourth one is necessity for change. The fifth one is need for developing human resources. The sixth one is market orientation. And the seventh one is loss of budgetary support to the public sector. So these were the challenges. It can have positive as well as negative impact on the working of business and industry. We shall study these challenges one by one. The first one is increasing competition. So we have already studied in the LPG reforms that abolishing licensing system was introduced for business and industry. So that's why many industries came into existence. So abolishing licensing system of business and industries led to the entry of foreign firms or foreign companies, which in turn increased the competition for the Indian firms, especially service sectors such as banking, insurance, telecommunication, etc. So when license system was removed or abolished or taken away in the reforms of LPG, what happened, especially in liberalization, was there was chance and opportunity for many foreign firms to enter our country. And when foreign firms enter our country, Indian firms have to build up themselves, develop themselves, be more competent. And this was happening after the reforms took place. This was the major challenge faced by our Indian business and industry. So especially there was competition in service sectors such as banking, insurance, it can be telecommunication, it can be transportation, it can be tourism, whatsoever. So there was increased competition as an impact or challenge for the Indian business and industry because of liberalization, that is abolishing the licensing system of business and industry. The next challenge faced was the more demanding customers. So increased competition in the market gives the customers wider choice in purchasing good quality of goods and services. Since customers today are very well informed, and therefore customers today have become more demanding. So these days customers have become very clever and they are more demanding because they have wider choice, they have better choice, they have lots and lots of options, and they can choose their best. So that is why they have become more and more demanding. And when customers are more and more demanding, what your business has to do is have to reach their demand, have to fulfill their demand accordingly. So therefore there was more demanding customers because customers today are well informed and they are well, you can say, equipped, they are well informed and they are not ignorant anymore. Whatever is demanded by them should be fulfilled by the business. So more demanding customers was another challenge faced by our Indian business and industry because customers are now very clever and they are more demanding. Next challenge faced by our Indian industry or business was rapidly changing technological environment. So technology is one force in the environment that keeps on changing, and it's on a very fast pace. And so new technology improves machineries, product quality, services, etc. The technological environment becomes very challenging for the small scale firms. So technological environment changes very fast, and to in order to adapt and accept and adjust to this technological changes, of course, big and huge large industries and business can adopt it very easily, but it was a very challenging task for the small scale and medium scale business units and industries to adapt and to adjust with the technological changes that has an impact, adverse impact or favorable impact on the working of the business. So this was another challenge faced by our Indian business and industry. So small scale industries found it little difficult to reach to the mark of development in order to survive and grow in the market, to remain strong in the market, to make a position in the market, they have to be updated with technology. So this was easy for huge and large scale industries, but it became a challenging task for the small scale industries. So this is what is another challenge faced by our Indian economy. The next one is the necessity for change. After 1991 reforms, the market forces change rapidly, as a result of which the enterprises have to modify their operations. Therefore, change was accepted and adopted by the industries. So it was a must. Change is inevitable. You cannot run away from change. If at all you are running away from change or you are resisting the change, then you don't want to grow as a business or industry. So, in order to survive, in order to grow, in order to remain strong in the market, you have to accept and adopt change. So necessity for change took place there. It was very very essential for every business, for every industry to modify themselves, to reach up to the mark, and to accept the changes that takes place in the environment. Next challenge was need for developing human resource. The rapidly changing market conditions required human resource to be more competent and dedicated with greater commitment. Therefore, there was a need for developing human resource. So, human resource is the man power or the labor or the staff or the workers in a business or industry. So, here it was very much required by a human resource to be developed, to be competent, to be committed to work. They had to be trained, they had to be more efficient in their work in order to meet the changing environment and the changing reforms of the government. So, rapidly changing market conditions, which took place after 1991, required better human resource who are more competent, more dedicated, with greater commitment, so that they can reach and they can be efficient enough in order to work hard for the growth and development of business and industry. The next challenge was market orientation. After 1991 reforms, there was a shift from production orientation to market orientation. So, production orientation initially, before 1991 reforms took place, initially the producer or the manufacturer would produce whatever he or she liked, and it was sold in the market. But now it has shifted. That is, after 1991 reforms were introduced, it is shifted from production oriented to market oriented. Market orientation is nothing but you have to first study the market conditions, study the customer's demand, likes and dislikes, and then manufacture accordingly and sell in the market to the customers and make the customers happy and satisfied. So this was market orientation. So there was you can say a strong phase of change from production orientation to market orientation after 1991 reforms. So wherein you have to check, it's not simply production oriented, it is market oriented, it is customer oriented rather than manufacturer or producer oriented. The next challenge was loss of budgetary support to the public sector. The central government's budgetary support and that is financing the public sector has decreased after the 1991 reforms. So, public sector undertakings have to be more efficient in order to generate their own funds in order to survive and grow in the market. So, after this 1991 reforms, especially after privatization took place, the government had this disinvestment scheme wherein the shares of public sector were sold to the private sector. So financing from the central government budgetary was less. It decreased after the 1991 reforms. Therefore, public sector had to be more efficient enough. They had to build up their own efficiency in order to generate their own funds because they were not funded by the central government due to disinvestment scheme. So they had to generate and make their own funds in order to survive and grow in the market, and this was another challenge that was faced by the Indian industry and business. So to conclude, dear students, the impact of government policy changes in respect of liberalization, privatization and globalization has somewhere been more positive impact on Indian economy, because Indian economy has developed more with very good human resource, you can say with very good equipments, modern machineries, modern methods of production, better quality of products, better human resource, better competition, increased growth and survival, increased profit. All this positive impact has taken place after the LPG reforms. So the impact of government policy changes in respect of liberalization, privatization and globalization has something benefited the Indian economy, has positive effect on Indian economy, as a result of which Indian business and industries have grown and has become more challenging and competitive. They have become more customer focused rather than simply profit focused, which helps in improving customer relationship and satisfaction. So today, now the business and industry is actually having the main objective of satisfying and having a good relationship with the customers rather than simply earning profits. So that is the conclusion of today's topic, dear students. By this we end our third chapter, that is business environment. I hope all of you have understood. If you have any doubts or clarification, you can contact me. Thank you.